For centuries, the samurai have stood as one of the most iconic symbols of Japan's history. Warriors whose influence extended far beyond the battlefield, shaping the culture, politics, and society of an entire nation. But where did these legendary warriors come from? How did they rise to power? And what made them so unique? To understand the rise of the samurai, we must journey back over 1,000 years to a time of great upheaval and transformation in Japan. The Heian period, spanning from the late 8th century to the 12th century, was marked by aristocratic court life and cultural refinement. But beneath the elegant veneer of poetry and art, the country was beginning to change. Local clans in the provinces were growing powerful and increasingly autonomous. The imperial court in Kyoto struggled to maintain control over distant lands where violence and lawlessness were common. It was in this volatile landscape that the samurai emerged, originally provincial warriors hired by powerful landowners to protect their estates from rival clans and bandits. Unlike the noble knights of Europe, samurai were initially less a distinct social class and more a practical necessity. But as their military importance grew, so did their status. By the late 12th century, the simmering tensions between powerful clans exploded into full-scale conflict, culminating in the Genpei War from 1180 to 1185. This decisive struggle between the Taira and Minamoto clans would change Japan forever. The Minamoto, led by Minamoto no Yoritomo, emerged victorious, and with this triumph came the establishment of a new government, the Kamakura shogunate. For the first time in Japanese history, political power shifted from the imperial court to a military government controlled by samurai warlords, or shoguns. This marked the beginning of over 6 centuries of samurai-dominated rule. The samurai were no longer mere bodyguards or provincial soldiers. They became the ruling elite of Japan. The Kamakura period saw the codification of samurai ethics and military discipline. The samurai embraced Bushido, the way of the warrior, a strict code emphasizing loyalty, honor, courage, and self-discipline. Unlike the more chaotic violence of earlier times, samurai warfare was governed by ritual and etiquette, creating a warrior culture unique to Japan. During this era, the samurai were skilled not only in battle, but also in governance and administration. They managed lands, collected taxes, and administered justice in the shogun's name. Yet their loyalty was always personal and hierarchical. A samurai's honor was tied directly to their lord, and betrayal was one of the gravest sins. As the centuries passed, the samurai continued to evolve. The Ashikaga shogunate, from 1336 to 1573, ushered in the Muromachi period, a time of artistic flourishing but also political fragmentation. Regional warlords or daimyos gained more power, often battling each other in a constant state of warfare known as the Sengoku Jidai, the Age of Warring States. It was a brutal, chaotic era where samurai fought not only for their lords, but for survival itself. Amid this turmoil, samurai culture also flourished in other ways. They became patrons of the arts, encouraging the development of tea ceremony, calligraphy, poetry, and no theater. The samurai ideal was as much about cultural refinement as it was about martial prowess. One of the most famous samurai of this period was Oda Nobunaga, a ruthless and visionary warlord who began the process of unifying Japan. His successors, Toyotomi Hideyoshi and Tokugawa Ieyasu, completed this unification by the early 17th century. With the establishment of the Tokugawa shogunate in 1603, Japan entered a long era of peace known as the Edo period. Paradoxically, it was peace that ultimately marked the decline of the samurai as warriors. With little warfare to fight, many samurai found themselves out of their traditional role. Some became bureaucrats, others scholars or artists. Yet the samurai spirit remained influential, shaping Japan's values and identity. The Meiji Restoration in 1868 brought dramatic changes. Japan rapidly modernized and abolished the feudal system. The samurai class was officially disbanded, their swords forbidden, and many were forced to adapt to a new society based on merit and industrial progress. But even in this new era, the legend of the samurai persisted. Their tales of honor, loyalty, and sacrifice continue to inspire films, literature, and popular culture around the world. Today, the samurai are more than just warriors of the past. They represent a profound chapter in Japan's story, a symbol of resilience, discipline, and a code of ethics that transcended time. From their origins as provincial guards to rulers of a nation, the rise of the samurai remains one of the most fascinating and enduring sagas in world history.